Alright, hello. So this is just a little tutorial on making fractional sculpts. People always ask me, how do you make one sculpt? Do you look like 2 pieces or 3 pieces or any number of pieces? Well, the trick of it is that SL can only see things that are a certain size and above. If we in Blender make something smaller than what SL can see, it's literally invisible, like it's not even there. So that's what we do with the fractional method. We make our sculpts in such a way that parts of it are so small, Second Life doesn't see it. So let me show you how we do that. I'm going to go ahead and go to my add menu. I'm going to add a cylinder, so mesh, and I'm going to come down to the UV shapes, which are my prim star shapes, and choose a cylinder. So, like I was saying before Blender crashed on me, I'm going to bring in a cylinder. So, Shift A, Mesh, UV Shapes, and a cylinder. I'm going to take this down to only 4 faces on the U, and I'm going to take it to 23 faces on the V. So that's up and down, and this is side to side. And now when I come in here and I edit it, you will see that I have 23 faces here. And that's what I need to make 5 equal parts with one face to each one of them going up and down. So if I were to make, let's say, a table, 4 legs, and a tabletop to it, I would need 5 pieces. And those 5 pieces can be broken apart like with just this. Now I did 4 sides or 4 faces going on the U so I could have a square, except when you look at this, because it's a sculpty, there's a subsurf involved in it, and you get this rounded look. So how we can change that is with the whole thing selected, hit Shift and E, and that will crease it out for us, making it into a square. Let me do that a little slower so that you can see how that works. So Shift E, and then when I pull my mouse slowly out, it creases it. And perfect, there we go. So let's go back into front view mode, and this is what we have. So now to get the pieces separated, right, or to appear to be separated, well, the first thing that I should do is close off the end. So I'm going to Alt and right mouse click on it, S to scale, 0, because I want it all to go to the 0 point, to the center of those 8 or 4 vertices, and choose Enter to confirm that. Since I have them all selected already, I'm just going to take them right away, grab them, and put them in line with the bottom row. I'm going to do the same to the top. I'm going to scale it down to 0, and then, whoops, move it down like that. Okay, so now here's the part where we make things so small, Second Life can't see it. So I'm going to choose this row of vertices up here, this edge loop. I'm going to scale that to 0. I'm going to choose the next one up and scale that to 0. And I'll do that a 3rd time. You do need 3 of them done to give you a really nice clean break. And you do need to do each one of them individually, so don't think you can just grab all 3 of them and scale to 0 and be done with it. You can't. You need to do each one individually. Now, where this was easy to move up into place, or where I did that, it was easy because they were all selected. And this one here is easy because it's selected. But let's say that I didn't do this one here while they were all selected. Well, I have to be extremely careful here now. If my occlude is turned on, this button here, and I go to select these, I won't select them all. Let me go ahead and do this, because with occlude turned on, you're only grabbing what's immediately facing you or in direct view of your camera. So you don't choose them all. And if you don't choose them all and you only move 1 or 2 of them, you break this end apart and you no longer have a nice clean fractional sculpt. So let me go back and show you how to do that. Instead, you need to make sure that your occlude is turned off. You can then see through your prim. Can you see, like here, the edges that are behind the faces here? That means you can see through it. And if you can see through it, then you can work through it. So now, making sure that I have nothing behind this selection so I don't grab it by accident, I'm all set. I'll border select, grab those, and pull them down into place. So then the next thing that I want to do is I want to have this be its own piece. So the process is the same. The next 3 edge loops upward, I scale down to 0. And I did it again. I should have done this one. So now I have to make sure my occlude is turned off. Border select just those and move them down. And that should be good. And let's get that back into view. So I would just keep doing this. Scale to 0 and then move it down. Scale to 0, leave that one where it's at. Scale to 0 and move this one up. Scale to 0 and move it down. Scale to 0, leave it where it is. Scale to 0 and move it up. And now I have literally 5 separated pieces. Or they look like they're separated. Now when you're going to be modeling these or moving these around or doing whatever you're doing to them, it's really going to be kind of hard with these strings in the middle. So we can actually go in, select all of them, the 4 very center ones. You can't do the ends, of course, that are touching the part that you're going to be using. But you can get rid of those ones in the middle there. And I think I may have grabbed one too many, so let me redo that. Border selecting just around those. And then delete key and choose vertices. Now I have something a little cleaner to work with, a little more friendly to the eye. So if I want to make a table, so simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top one. I'm going to border select the whole thing, and I'm just going to move it. Let's just move it out of the way for now. Okay. So now I'm going to go into top view mode, and I'm going to, actually what we should do is grab all of this and rotate it by 45 degrees, minus 45 degrees. And so I have a nice square angle here and not a diamond shape to work with. Alright, now I can grab the top one, move it out of the way, go back into top view mode. I can grab and change the size of all these and make it look a much smaller square. So I will border select all this and this, and this, and I don't have any of the middle selected. Okay, those are not selected. And now I can scale them in on the y-axis and on the x-axis at the same time, and I can eliminate the z-axis by holding Shift and Z. So I'm going to S for scale, then Shift Z to eliminate the Z, and now, well actually I don't know why this was chosen. Let me deselect that over there. Alright, so scale, Shift Z, and I'm scaling those inward. Drop it, and now you can see how that was done. They're all made smaller. Okay, now I want to go ahead and deselect everything. I'm going to move this one in line with that one. Now you'll want to get more precise if you're making this yourself. I'm just kind of eyeballing it all for now, just so I can give you an idea of how it's done. And then choose this one, bring it down and back. So I'm just showing you a quick way to an idea. And then over there, border select this one again, go back into top view mode, and let's say that that's pretty much where I want it. front view mode. And now I'm going to get a nice top front view mode here. And I'm going to use my border select for the top half of all of this, like that. Just bring it up. And of course, I can always fix my anything I want. Remember, I'm just eyeballing it right now. So, something like that. That's how you can get a table. And then you can work your textures, of course. You have, that's a whole nother thing. But you can see it's a table, and it's looks like 5 prims, but it's 1. So have fun with it. Leave a comment if you want to, or if you have any ideas on something that you've made, something that you thought you couldn't make, but now you think you can. So go ahead and do it and let me know what it was. I'd love to hear all about it. Alright guys, have fun. Bye.